Hi and welcome to Shenae Dardano Pilates. I really hope you enjoy your class today. Grab your mat and let's begin. Hi everyone, welcome to your full body flow class today. We are starting at the end of our mat, feet hip width apart. Let's lengthen our spine, grow tall, and give ourselves a big shoulder roll. Reaching the arms up overhead as you inhale. And then exhale, open your arms, nodding your chin down towards your chest as you articulate your spine. Rolling all the way down to your mat and then slowly walking your hands forward. Coming into a downward facing dog. Once you are there, pedaling out through your heels, letting your hips gently sway from side to side, feeling that beautiful release down the back of the legs. Now dropping both heels for that deeper stretch, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Then from here we're going to take our right hand over and across to your left ankle, gazing underneath that left underarm. And then place that right hand back to your mat. Left arm then reaches over and across to the right ankle. Let's bring our hand back to the mat now. Rise up onto your tippy toes, tuck your pelvis and unravel into your plank position. Send your hips back up towards the ceiling and repeat. Rise up onto the tippy toes and unravel through your spine. High plank position, shoulders over the wrists. Send those hips back up, this time reaching your right leg up. Folding it back behind you, opening through your hips, slight gaze underneath the right underarm. And now taking ourselves into a tiger curl as we bring our knee in towards our nose. And then shoot the hips back up. This time as we come forward, knee comes towards your nose. You plant your right foot down on the mat. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Take your gaze with your thumb and then thread that arm under and through, and then plant the hand back down to the mat. We're going to step your right foot back into a downward facing dog. Let's now shoot our left leg up to the ceiling and fold it back behind us as we open the hips and gaze underneath that left underarm. Bringing our knee in towards our nose, tiger curl, and then shooting the hips back up. This time bringing it forward, planting the left foot down onto the mat. Left arm reaches up. Inhale, reaching the hand, gazing to the thumb, and then exhale as you thread the arm through. Planting the left hand back down, stepping back into your downward facing dog. You may choose to just drop both heels down here or pedal out through the heels. Doing whatever feels right for the body. Let's rise up onto the tippy toes, tuck the pelvis and unravel. Once you are in your high plank position, you're taking your right knee to your right elbow and then stepping it back. Left knee now to your left elbow. Step it back. As you bring the knee in towards your elbow, I want you to try to get the knee to tap the elbow so we get into that full side crunch, feeling it through the waistline, all down the side body. Use your breath here. Exhale as you bring the knee in. Inhale as you step it back. Just a couple more on each side. You can do it. 4, 3, almost there. 2, last 1. Stepping back, holding our high plank position now. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, and now send your hips up into your downward facing dog. Now as we come into our plank, you're bringing your right knee to your nose, stepping it back. Left knee comes into your nose and then step it back. Returning to your downward facing dog each time. And now again, I want you to aim to get your knee to get as close to your nose as you can. We're rounding through the spine, through the upper back, going into that flexion, drawing your navel in towards your spine. Again, using your breath. Exhale, knee in towards your nose. Inhale as you step it back. Holding our downward facing dog. Bringing your right foot forward now, planting the right foot down onto your mat. Stabilize in your lunge and reach your arms up overhead. Driving your right heel into the mat as you step your left foot forward and then step it back into your long lunge. Really driving the heel down into the ground, squeezing up through your right glute. Making sure here that your right knee tracks over second and third toe, not allowing the knee to buckle in. Coming up nice and tall each time so you lengthen the right leg. This time we step back, we hold. We step the back left foot in, hands come to prayer. And then we step it back, lengthen the arms. Bring it in. Step it back. Staying deep in the supportive right leg. So keeping your right knee bent. We're starting to feel that right glute really fire. Push through that burn. Just a couple more here. And then on your next one, hands to prayer. Left foot steps back and behind, reach the arms up and then bring it back in. So we're coming into that low position in your curtsy. You're still keeping your right knee bent as you bring that left foot back. You're just getting a little bit deeper in that right leg now. Reach the arms up, curtsy. Hands to prayer as you step the feet together. You can do it. You have 3, 2. On your last one, left foot steps in, hands in prayer. Now you're going to shoot your left leg back and arms go back as well. You lift the limbs up and then lower back down. Lift that left leg up, arms press up towards the ceiling and lower. Right knee is staying bent. We're sitting into the heel. Right glute is stabilizing us. We are feeling that burn through the right side. Last one, and now lift the limbs up, hold. Reach your arms out in front. Can you tilt that further inch forward? You are almost there. And now gently placing the left foot back to the mat. Circle your hands around back to the mat as well. And then step back into downward facing dog. Pedal out the heels. Feeling that nice deep stretch all down the back body. I know we need it in that right side. Getting ready to repeat on the left leg now. So let's ripple forward, bringing your left knee in and then plant the left foot down. Stabilize in your lunge as you reach your arms up overhead. Drive through the left heel. Bring the back foot to meet that left leg and then step it back. Into our lunges, really driving that left heel heavy down in towards the mat. And again, watch that your left knee stays tracking over second and third toe. We don't want it to start to buckle in here. You've got it, guys. Push through, drive it up, stand tall, and then step it back, nice and strong. On your next one, we are going to step it back and hold. Hands to prayer, the back foot steps in, then reach it back out long. Let's go. In with the back leg and out. Staying deep in that left supportive leg now. Feeling that fire in the left glute. Keep drilling your left heel heavy down in towards the mat. You have 4, 3, last 2. On your next one, bring it in. You're going to now go into curtsy and then come back to that starting position. You're stepping your right foot back and behind into the curtsy, reaching your arms up, and then hands to prayer as you step those feet together. Remember, we're staying really deep in that left leg, so we don't extend the left leg completely as we step together. You've got this. All right, on this next one, let's shoot the limbs back, lift them up and lower. Lift and lower. Pressing the back of the arms up towards the ceiling. Left knee is bent. Just 2 more. On your next one, hold it and reach your arms up overhead. Stabilizing here. You can do it. And then gently placing that right foot to the mat, hands circled down, and then we step back into a downward facing dog. Enjoy the downward facing dog stretch. Pedal out the heels or drop both heels to the mat. Now from here we rise up onto the tippy toes. We bend the knees and come into a bear pose. Knees are underneath the hips, then we send those hips back up. Let's repeat. We lift the heels, we bend the knees. We are hovering off the mat and then lifting back up. As we come down into our bear pose, shoulders are forward over your wrists. 2 more. On this next one, we are going to hold. I want you to feel as though you are scrunching that mat in underneath you, really lighting up through the front line. Breathe, tighten your waistband for 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently lower the knees down to the mat. Let's take a cat stretch here. Inhale as you arch, and then exhale as you round. Really enjoy that extension as we stretch out the front line, as we are working in quite a bit of flexion today. So enjoy that release through the spine. Now let's settle into neutral. Extending your right leg back behind you, lifting it up off your mat and then tapping it back down. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Drawing your navel in towards your spine and aiming to not sink into your left hip. We keep the hips squared to the mat. On the next one, lifting the limb up, going into our tiger curl again. You're bringing your right knee in towards your nose and then lengthening it back out long. Rounding through the spine, knee in towards your nose and lengthening. So once again, we are taking that flexion through the spine. Flowing and moving with the breath. The breath is going to help you get into that full flexion position. Scooping the abs in. Now on your next one, shooting the leg out long, we add a push-up into this. Let's go again, folding it in, lengthening it out. Inhale, bend at the elbows, exhale, press up. That's it. Beautiful. Let's go for another 3. For 2. You can do it. Really use your breath as you press up. Last one here. And now we're just going to do our push-ups. Down and press. For 4. 3. You have 2. Last one. Press up, hold your position, reaching the opposite left arm forward, taking little pulses up to the ceiling. For another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then placing the limbs back in. Take a seat back onto your heels. Let's take a child's pose here or a shell stretch. Pressing the sit bones down into the heels, enjoying that stretch. On your next breath, unraveling, coming into our 4-point kneel, setting up for the other side. Let's lengthen a left leg back behind us and lift it up and then tap it down to the mat. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. We're singeing in our waist, drawing the navel in towards our spine, really pressing away from the mat here as well. Next one, lift, knee comes in towards your nose, round through the spine, and then lengthen it back out long behind you. Rounding the spine, knee to nose, lengthen it back out. Exhale as you round. Inhale as you lengthen. Elbows stay soft here as well. We don't start to hyperextend through the arms. We're now adding in our push-up. 1 push-up and then round through the spine. Bring the knee in, lengthen it back out long. Inhale down, exhale, press. Keep flowing and moving with the breath. Just 2 more like this. On your next one, we lengthen it back out. We take our push-up only. Another 3, 2, press up and stay. Opposite arm reaches forward, out in front, little pulses up to the ceiling. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then fold back in. Let's take a seat back to the heels, into your child's pose. Reach the arms forward on your mat. Pressing our sit bones heavy down in towards your heels. Taking your right hand over and across on top of the left. Press the right hip heavy down in towards the heel to get that full stretch all down the side of the back. Let's take it to the other side now. Left hand comes over and across on top of the right. Feeling that beautiful stretch all down the left side. Separating your hands and then shooting our hips back up towards the ceiling. Soften the knees and then walk your hands back. Stack your spine and roll all the way up to standing. Now your feet go just slightly wider than hip width. that natural turnout of your feet, sitting into a squat, driving all the way up. Inhale as we sit back, exhale as you come up. Your knees are tracking over second and third toe. We don't let the knees start to collapse in. Wrapping and squeezing our glutes at the top. We will add on as we go here. You've got 2 more like this. On your next one, hold it at the bottom. You're going to step your left foot back and behind, opening up to the side, step it together. Right foot steps out, step together, then come all the way up. Let's go again. We go lower, left foot back, step it in, right foot back, step it in, and then drive on up. Deepen our squat as we step that left foot back. We open to the side. We bring it into the squat. Right foot out. Back to squat and drive up. Starting to feel those legs really fire up here. Aim to get nice and deep in your squat. So really challenge yourself in your squat today. On your next one, we add on. You're going to step it back and just sweep those arms down by your sides. Then we step to the left again. Stay low, we're not coming up anymore. As you come through center, sweep those arms. You have 3 more. You can do it. I want you to stay nice and low. This is your last one. You're going to step into your squat and hold. Your hands come into prayer. We are pulsing down low, staying deep in that squat for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. If you need to, give those legs a little shake out. I know I needed to. Grow tall. You're going to take hold of your left wrist and just reach up and over towards the right side. Deep stretch all down the left side of the body. Grow tall. Take hold of your right wrist and then take a big side bend over to the left. Reaching back up, growing tall through the spine, reaching the arms out. And now let's come into a seated position. From here, your knees are bent, feet are hip width apart. We hold underneath our thighs. We're going to roll halfway back and then lengthen back up tall. Scooping the belly as we roll back into C-curve. Then lengthening the spine. Thinking about your posture when you roll back up, lifting up tall. Next one. Rolling all the way down to your mat, cupping the hands behind your head, elbows are wide, right leg floats into tabletop. We lengthen it out long, then back into tabletop. Lengthening it out and then folding it back in. Keep drawing your navel down in towards your spine. So I want you to scoop the belly in, lift your chest an inch higher, and have a little gap between your chin and chest, keeping that length through the back of the neck. Make sure you're not pulling on your neck. On your next one, as you bring the knee in, you're going to bring your left arm over and across the right knee, and then come back through center, hand comes back to the head. Reaching over and across the body. Exhale as you reach up and over, lifting that inch higher off the mat. Getting into the sides of the waist, keeping our pelvis still. Try not to let your hips move here. You can do it. Next one, you're going to come through center and stay. Right leg extends out long. Left leg floats into tabletop, and then you just tap the left toes down to the mat. Then lift it straight back up into tabletop. This one is a challenge, I know. You're aiming to keep that right leg long, your lower back flat on the mat. Breathe through it. 3, 2. On your next one, bring your right elbow over and across to the left knee. And then as you toe tap down, your right leg shoots up to the ceiling. Over and across rotation as you come through center. That right leg reaches up. Exhale, over and across. Inhale to center. You've got this. 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Massage your lower back down into the mat. And then placing your feet down, hands supporting the head. Let's lift up. Left leg comes to tabletop. We lengthen it out long, and then we bring it back into tabletop. Right foot at this stage is just planted down on your mat. Your lower back is as well, so really flatten your spine. Draw the belly in. Abs are in tight, they're not doming out. 4, 3, 2. Now on your next one, bring it in, reach your right arm over and across that left knee. Then as you shoot it back out long, come through center, bringing that right hand back to your head. Moving and flowing with the breath. Trying to keep your pelvis still. 4, 3, 2, 1 more like this, and then come through center. Hold. Right leg now comes up into tabletop, and then you just tap the right toes down and lift it back up. This is the tricky part. That left leg stays long. Your lower back is planted heavy down in towards the mat. On your next one, your left elbow comes over and across to the right knee. Your left leg will come up towards the ceiling as you toe tap your right toes to the mat. So you bring your left elbow over and across to right knee as that left leg lowers. And then you shoot it up to the ceiling as you tap your right toes down. Adding in that extra rotation today. Last one. And then hug the knees in. Take that gentle massage of your lower back into the mat. We've got a little more, guys. You're going to come up into your abdominal curl. Shoot the legs up long. One leg lowers down and we scissor those legs. You are switching. Keeping the legs long now. I want you to really focus on lifting the chest to get into those deep abdominals. The next time your left leg comes up, your right arm reaches over and across and then comes through center. And then switch, left arm over and across the right leg. Switch and cross. You've got it. Just a few more here. You can do it. And then hug the knees in. Gently massage that lower back. You are so close today, guys. We have one last bit to finish with our abdominals. Lift up. We're taking our bicycle, bringing one elbow over and across to the opposite knee. Keeping the pelvis still. Those abs are burning, I know. Keep pushing through. Think about bringing your underarm over and across the body. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and then rest down. Let's just reach those arms back, legs out long. Take a nice deep breath here. Now hug one knee in, and then the other knee comes in as well. We take a little rock and roll up into a seated position, taking a well-deserved stretch. So crossing our legs. If it's comfortable for you, you can pop your right foot on top of your thigh. Inhale, grow tall and reach the arms up, and then exhale as you forward fold. Hands to the mat, and then gently lower your chest down. Hands can walk further forward if it's comfortable for you. Taking a deep breath here, and on your exhale, just relaxing a little more into the stretch. Feeling that deep stretch through the hip and glutes. And now slowly walking your hands back in. Let's switch legs. Left foot goes on top of your right thigh. Inhale, reaching the arms. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the mat. Resting the chest down. Walking the hands further forward and resting a little further into the stretch. Taking a breath here. Feeling that release through the hips. And then slowly walking your hands back in. Let's now shoot our legs out long in front of us, legs together. Take that deep breath in and then exhale, forward fold. Over the legs, bringing your chest down towards your thighs, grabbing hold of the bottom of your feet, or perhaps holding onto the shins is a little more comfortable, or even placing the hands to the mat. Just do whatever feels good for your body. You can keep your knees soft here if you need. Slowly unravel through your spine, sitting up tall, take a big shoulder roll. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Well done.